Only 4 more wins before the FA Cup will be ours, and we find out our Champions League opponent, and then we play them. Welcome back. Hello folks, how are you? Welcome back to Glory Hunter with me, DoctorBenjy FM. Good to see you. I hope you find you very well. Now, we've played some games since we last met. Let me talk you through the goals then. 3-1 against Burnley kicked us off. Mitrovic at the double. St. Maximin it on the score sheet as well. Part of the rotation policy, of course. Then you can see there, a 4-3 win over Derby County. Alexander Isaac getting himself a goal. He didn't move. We didn't sign anybody in the transfer window, and Isaac remains with us and has played pretty well since remaining at the club, let's say. Before a 2-1 win over Fulham. Clean sheets weren't easy to come by in some of these games, but Lacroix from Dybala gets us that goal, and then 0-0 against Arsenal, which is not too bad of a result really when you think about it. But of course, our focus isn't the league this season. Winning that competition remains the golden goose. There might be a challenge in this series to get that done, but the FA Cup and the Champions League, that's where our focus lies right now, and top 4 looks pretty good, although again, the places are different now. The Champions League format has changed, of course. So we play Tottenham in the FA Cup 5th round this time around. Did they knock us out last year? They did. They were the stumbling block in the 4th round. Harry Kane was at the double, and Tottenham did the business. But I mentioned we're going to find out our Champions League game. We're going to play the first leg of which today, before the second leg tomorrow, if this video hits 1,500 likes. That seems pretty reasonable, yeah? We'll do another episode this week where we will conclude our Champions League game. But who are we going to play then? That's the question. Oh my God, the music! The champions. All right, Raul is doing this. I feel like it's quite. I'm going to turn it down just a touch. So those are the teams we can play: Kiev, Hoffenheim, PSG, Leipzig, Benfica, Ajax, Inter, and Chelsea. So let's figure this out then. Kiev will play against Bayern Munich. Sorry, viewers, just 1 second. The Champions League. Draw for the last 16. Right, next team out then. Hoffenheim. We'll take Hoffenheim, wouldn't we? Let's face it. Barcelona. Okay, some of the teams left in there are pretty difficult. I don't want to play PSG, so Arsenal. Okay, sorry about that, Arsenal. That was the team to avoid, I think. Leipzig would be tough, but again, would be pretty evenly matched, I would say. They, though, will play Real Madrid. Benfica up against Manchester City, which leaves us with some interesting choices. Ajax, the team we could have managed. Is it fate that will play them? It is. We will face off then against Ajax. And let's face it, that's probably one of the easier ties we could have got out of Inter and Chelsea. So Ajax will be the team that will face us. Chelsea will play Liverpool in an all-English tie. Some really, really fantastic battles in there. PSG, Arsenal, of course. I mentioned Chelsea, Liverpool just there. Inter versus Manchester United, another big one. And we then will play Ajax. And the first leg of that is coming up in just a moment. But before we get there, it's time for the FA Cup 5th round tie between Newcastle United and Tottenham Hotspur. Of course, the FA Cup, still something we want to tick off our list. And let's take a look at the other games this weekend. Anyone that we should be afraid of left in there? All right, so these are the games there. And you can see no Manchester United, no Manchester City in there either. These are the final 16 teams. Everton played Chelsea, Liverpool away at Middlesbrough, Arsenal to Bournemouth. So yeah, there's some big teams left in there. Getting rid of Tottenham would definitely be a big help. You see, look at some of the other ties in there, by the way. Huddersfield, Burton, Luton, Burnley. There's some possible matchups in the next round that could be quite kind. But we say this, we have to get through. Hang on, what just happened there? Oh, okay. I saw Middlesbrough scored 2. I didn't quite see how many Liverpool got. Tammy Abraham with a hat-trick for Liverpool. He's just joined them for £80 million and is a goal machine, by the way, over at Liverpool. Right then, team-wise for us, McAllister maybe to come back in for Bellingham might be the choice for us. It's a tricky one, actually. I think we will do that. And, we'll swap Rice back. McAllister comes in. And we move Bellingham over to the left-hand side as well. Elsewhere, Mitrovic to come back in. Struggled for fitness and didn't play the last game, but has been decent for us this year. But do I go with sort of the tactical familiarity of Mitrovic, or do I go for the power of Isaac? I'm gonna go Mitrovic and then maybe bring Isaac on if required. Similar situation with McAllister right now and with Bruno Guimaraes. So let's see how we do. The team then is getting very familiar to you. Hopefully you recognise it, and into the game we go. All right then, no music for the FA Cup, which is a shame, but Tottenham's team still very strong. James Ward-Prowse now plays for them. We talk about our own set pieces. Will we see them pull off something at the same time? but we're in decent form. That draw to Arsenal, the only black mark on our name so far. So here we go. Martin Ross will referee at the FA Cup 5th round tie between Newcastle and Tottenham. And of course, we need Newcastle to come out on top. The FA Cup has eluded us up to now. We've not really been much further than the 4th round, I wouldn't say. So this is maybe a moment for us to showcase that we can compete in this competition. But of course, defeating it will leave us a target in the future as Jude Bellingham has come from his own half, it looked like there, to prod it home for a 1-0 lead and another surprise header. This is the thing we do now. Surprising headers every single episode. Baku does really, really well on this side, by the way. Gets the attention of 2 Tottenham players and mugs them both off. Lofts it in. There's Jude Bellingham. Again, runs in from so deep. And knocks it past Lloris, who, again, we've talked about this before, is the worst goalkeeper in Football Manager. There, I've said it. There's a strong wind and drizzle. We're definitely at home. Going to praise the boys. I mean, a really, really good start to proceedings. A really nice header from Bellingham, even in that box-to-box role as well, not on the attacking midfield role, which we see push forward far more regularly. But can we see ourselves grab another goal? Again, the last time we had a really good win like this was against Milan. Are we going to do the same thing to Tottenham, as they do well to handle Mitrovic and then clear the ball forward? And Harry Kane already on a booking, and our 2 boys back there. Well, he's going to struggle aerially against both Lacroix and Pau Torres, my favourite player in the world right now. As Dybala, he's got to pull it back. Lloris, it's not good goalkeeping. It hits him, and Mitrovic converts, proving it was the right choice over Isaac. I think we can all agree with that. But 2-0, come on! This is the FA Cup run we needed. This is the one I want to go on. This is the year to win it, I think. Look, I would love to win the Champions League. And the league, I don't know what we're going to do about the league. But the FA Cup right now, with the way this game's gone, are we through? Is it too early to say we're through? It feels like we're through, though, viewers. That's the best bit. Harry Kane and Ward-Prowse both on bookings, as Lloris then is going to try and build something from the back for Tottenham. And so far, all we've seen from them was that lumped ball up towards Kane that he couldn't really do anything with. Now, Renan, I think it says Renan. I guess that's Renan Lodi, but it goes by Renan in game. And Kulusevski, is Kulusevski playing like a central midfield role? I think he might be with James Ward-Prowse. A very technical midfield, that. As Son now on that side. We can't forget just how dangerous they could be. It's hit the leg, as if he's been given the goal. It's hit Pau Torres on the shins, and it's deflected off the bar. I've rarely seen a deflected goal look quite like that. So shout out to Football Manager for a unique moment, at least. As you can see here, then Son plays it back, and then the fact that's not being given as a own goal, I don't really know why. But either way, 2-1. Maybe we're not through yet, but really, really good half from us, by the way. Like, analytically there, really, really strong. Hopefully we can just carry on this. Tottenham have had a few half chances here and there, but I'm happy with the performance. Again, the goals were nice too. I think another goal, and this would probably be out of sight for Tottenham. Dybala's not having a very good game right now. Mudryk as well. Both of them struggling to impact things a little bit. But our midfield appears to be doing really well. As Kulusevski knocks down to Ward-Prowse, who lays it off for Lodi on that side again. If he can get a ball into the middle, Harry Kane, you can see there he's lingering. He's waiting. There's Son. Tottenham do look dangerous. Emerson Royale comes from deep, and he's not as good as Jude Bellingham at that. That's clear for everyone to see. All right, I think this might be Dybala off time, and Richarlison feels like the obvious move. Again, he's been a big man in some big games for us, and it's time for him to shine once again. All right, a bit of possession for us as we look for Richarlison. Lloris is going to come and claim that, but he does come out of his area. The clearance has got to be good, and he plays it short, safe to Romero. And Tottenham are going to try and work something neatly. Our midfield right now had a really good first half, but now I think Tottenham have changed their shape of us slightly, and it may have affected things. As Yeremy Pino on this side saw nothing of him from the first half. Basuma's there to help him out as well. Back to Ward-Prowse, who we know can be dangerous, and we close him down well and force it back. But again, Tottenham looking to reposition. Harry Kane plays in Son. Looked like a hint of offside, but he powers it in, and it's at 2-2. And I feel like I'd already booked my hotel at Wembley for the semi-finals. Never mind getting into the quarters. Tottenham are back on level terms. I should have made a sub. That was my mistake. I'm not watching it again. I'm too angry. Right, time to encourage then. And I think maybe passing it into space, trying to get the ball into those wider areas to influence things. As McAllister, he goes for goal. Lloris there. It's so dodgy. It's behind for a corner, and we're just as dangerous from those, remember. Now, Dybala and Lacroix combined earlier, but we know that McAllister and Pau Torres is the duo. Well, that corner is not good. And speaking of corners, there's James Ward-Prowse to hold it up. Richarlison gets a foot in, but it's well dealt with eventually by Tottenham, and they launch the ball away, and that will be the end of the highlight, I suspect. But it turns out, viewers, the highlight actually isn't over, and we've retained a little bit of possession. We fired the ball forward that was played back to us, but the highlight does continue. And Torres has found Mudryk. And where's Lloris going? He came out there too quickly. You've got to say Bellingham from distance. Mitrovic is there. Well, I thought Bellingham was going for goal. Maybe he was. Either way, Mitrovic was there on hand to prod home. And it's 3-2. We're back in the lead once again. Lovely stuff from the Newcastle Massive, which is apparently the nickname I'm giving them now. I don't know. It's Mudryk. Again, defensively, I'm not sure. Goalkeeper-wise, I'm not sure. Lloris then has to hurry back. Bellingham puts the ball in. And again, defensively, they don't do anything. Mitrovic on hand. 3-2, back in the lead, and it swings again, viewers. I'm going to praise the lads. It's been good so far. Declan Rice, I'm going to get him off. 6.4 he's on right now, according to the average ratings. Off he comes, and on comes Guimaraes in a very familiar role for him, just to keep things ticking over. Again, should never make substitutes, Ben. Should learn from your own methods. Ball played in. Kulusevski, they were calling for something. Richarlison with a really acrobatic header away. And now Højbjerg to Ben Davies. Surely not a match winner out of that left-back spot. Kulusevski, I don't know what to say about it. They've had 2 goals that are like flicky deflection things, and it's benefited them both times. One went into the back of the net. This one flicks up. The Richarlison header, turns out, is not the smartest play by the Richarlison, but he got something on it. And this is just unlucky. Hits McAllister. Kulusevski. Should Ramsdale be doing better? I mean, probably. And then we're going to have to demand a little bit more. See if in this final few moments, 5 minutes to go, Mitrovic has had a decent game, but I might even now just go for Isaac. Just that little bit of pace in the final moments. It seems mad to take a player off who's had a pretty good game. But advance forward, push him further on. And just with the last few minutes of the game, are we going to see anything? Again, I can't encourage any longer. And it's going to go to extra time. This is not what we want before the Champions League game, sorry. Well, because this is going to extra time, what we might end up doing here, depending on how long this goes, is this might be a one-off, and then next episode will be both legs against Ajax in the Champions League. And again, 1,500 likes, and we'll see that tomorrow rather than waiting. But hopefully we can go through. Of course, we've got some substitutions still left to make if we want them. Mudryk, again, he's been involved, but maybe he set Maximin on at this point in the game. I think that probably makes sense to me. If Baku gets sent off here, I'll be furious because I've just thought about taking him off for Livramento. Plays into Celso, flicked into Traore. Traore. Not sure, though. The celebration is subdued. The assistant's not sure either. This might be offside. Our players are raising their arms. They are certain it's not a goal. And the assistant, I think, agrees with them. Disallowed, but a warning sign for us. Definitely there. Flipping heck. Very, very dangerous. Richarlison, by the way, has come on and done absolutely nothing. In terms of attacking options, though, we've sort of brought on the main ones. Elliot Anderson is there to be brought on, but I don't necessarily think this is the game for him. Jude Bellingham and McAllister, I'm just going to switch them around a little bit. Make McAllister a advanced playmaker. Just going to try and look for him a little more when we're going forward and try and create a little bit more structure to our play. But as far as substitutions go right now, I don't want to make any. The front three has changed. Second half of extra time begins immediately. And will we see some late drama? A penalty shootout is not what I want, really. As Ramsdale on a 6.3, it's not his best game either. As the time's ticking away, we've got a minute of added time. I'm just going to, very briefly, just going to check if any of our boys are good at penalty taking. It doesn't look like it. Even Joel Linton, who is a former striker, don't forget, he's not good at penalties. Neither is Elliot Anderson. So our best penalty takers, I suspect, are on the pitch. And it looks like that's where it's going. Well, there's a minute to go. We are into the final minute of added time. And Mendy has got a free kick in a relatively dangerous area if he puts the ball into a dangerous area, but it's dealt with well by Tottenham. And actually, maybe it's their turn to attack. And it comes out to this right-hand side. The hold-up plays good. And now I'm extremely nervous. I do not want to see any drama from this. I just want to see us win the game. Lo Celso, players running. Baku does well, steps in, but Kane wins it back. Kulusevski into Oliver Skip. Oh my God, Ramsdale does well. I've never shouted Oliver Skip's name so loudly, let me tell you. That was drama-filled. Ramsdale does well, though, comes and claims it, and then launches it forward. But the highlight not over, it goes over everybody. It's actually going to be Tottenham, maybe with one final chance as we give the ball away cheaply. Back to Lloris. It looks like the time's going to tick down, viewers, and penalties is going to decide it. Oh, no, this is not what I wanted at all. You can see all our best takers are on the pitch. And in fact, I'm going to do it in that order and then change McAllister and St. Maximin. You never want to miss your third penalty. I'm putting McAllister on it and we're going to get St. Maximin to just dink it in to kick things off, I think. That's how I see this going. Bellingham on the 6th as well. Great composure, decent finishing. Penalty taking, not as good, but we should be fine. Right then, we have the home advantage. Let's make it count. I'm going to say, look, relax, pick your spot. Don't change your mind. And yeah, I'm going to tell them all I've got the utmost confidence. Try and G them up a little bit for a decisive penalty shootout. We are going to change the camera angle for this as well. Go for a vertical scrolling. This is what I do for this. Down it goes. Sorry, no, in it goes. Down it goes. There we go. That's the view I want for this. As St. Maximin then, I put a lot of trust in him. First penalty. Maybe show me best take it. But no, St. Maximin stepping up. And he will score. That's what we want to see. And again, I've slagged off Hugo Lloris, so we really need Ramsdale here to do a madness. Harry Kane on a booking. England's captain, of course, probably the record goal scorer as well at this point in the save. And that's why. 1-1. All right, Isaac now stepping up. Again, he came on for Mitrovic, who had a decent game and would take penalties often as well. Will Isaac convert? He will. Calmly and succinctly. Lo Celso, the left foot of Lo Celso, to try and get Tottenham back to 2-2. Will Aaron Ramsdale be the hero? No. Down the middle, calmly done by Lo Celso, powers it through. And now, this is where McAllister, again, this is the penalty you don't want to miss, viewers. I don't know if I've mentioned that. So if Football Manager, if you are listening, don't ruin my afternoon. It's a brilliant penalty. That's why he's our best taker. And it gives us the advantage once again. And here comes Højbjerg. All right, Ramsdale looking confident, bouncing on his line. Will he make the save? He won't. It's a really good penalty from Højbjerg, unsavable in that position, and Ramsdale didn't really do enough to even get near it. Guimaraes now. This is a man I would trust with a penalty. Famous last words? Oh, Lloris got close, but he sneaks it in, and now Traoré, the man that thought he'd won it for Tottenham with that goal in extra time, and he might be the man to keep them in it at least as it goes to 4-4. Now the pressure is really on. And here's that man, Richarlison. Can he poke it home? Of course, bought from Tottenham recently. Can he convert his penalty? He can. It's a brilliant penalty too. And now, as Aaron Ramsdale, I don't know if you saw on the right-hand side there, up there, he was punching the air with glee as Richarlison slotted that home. So now it falls to which Tottenham player is going to be brave enough to step up for this fifth and final penalty. One of the better centre-backs in Football Manager this year. Will he convert for Tottenham, or will Ramsdale be the hero? He will be the hero. Get in. Ramsdale celebrates, as do I. And we go through on penalties in a dramatic FA Cup fifth round tie. Who says the FA Cup doesn't matter? Nobody. Let me tell you, nobody, viewers. That's lovely stuff then. Results around the grounds. Luton go through against Burnley. West Brom knock out Leeds. In fact, let's get a more conclusive outcome at the next screen then and see who has progressed. We, of course, have now. Really, really pleased with that. I won't be doing the press conference because I'm too busy celebrating. Chelsea has been knocked out by Everton. Big result there, of course. Liverpool, as we know, made it through. Arsenal on penalties versus Bournemouth sneak through. Huddersfield, Luton, Plymouth and West Brom make up the rest of the last 8 it is now. And we should be able to do the draw before we go any further. Of course, we've got a game in a few days coming up against Ajax, as that's going to save it as well. Good stuff. Get that nailed down. Love the save times on Football Manager these days. Really, really nice. Let's take that. As there's a bit going on, I thought it was going with Jesus. They got very confused. Right, let's just see. Get these boys rested. We should play 9 days. No rest required. But we should have the FA Cup draw. And I don't know about you viewers. To round off today's episode, I want to know who we will face. So when that comes up, I will show you who we get. As Bruno Guimaraes picks spin injury for 3 to 5 weeks, by the way. 3 to 4 now. And here is the draw then. Let's see. Start the draw. No music again. Yeah, FA Cup. That's one of the Space's favourites, I think. Right, here we are then. Obviously, avoiding Liverpool, avoiding Arsenal would be lovely. If they have to face each other, that would be even better. And Liverpool play West Brom, so they don't play each other. Huddersfield will play off against Luton in a really interesting quarter-final tie there. Everton against Arsenal. So we then, oh my goodness me, Pieface will love this. We will play, as I've completely ruined it, we will play Plymouth away from home in a game that I would absolutely fancy as I'm Plymouth right now, 23rd in the Championship. What an opportunity for them to go to an FA Cup semi-final. But there we are then, quarter-final draw, Newcastle versus Plymouth, and that will come up in the future just after our Champions League games. I think some stuff's been rearranged, but next episode will be the away and home games against Ajax, and that could be tomorrow. Leave a like on the video, and I'll see you soon. Take care, everybody. Thanks for watching. Goodbye. What a game. What a day.